At Raystede, we are passionate about the well-being of all animals. We are committed to giving them the best possible life for the time they are with us. As a charity, we are totally reliant on donations, which help us to manage the rehoming of dogs, cats and small animals, get involved with the community in a number of educational activities, and to run a sanctuary service for the older, ill and needy animals. This film is about the animals for whom Raystede provides a contented retirement. We offer a lifelong home for goats, horses, ponies and donkeys which are no longer wanted or ready for retirement after a working life.
Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm the head of equine here at Raystede. We bring horses into the sanctuary to live out the rest of their days. We take animals in at retirement age here at Raystede, whether they've had an injury and they can't be ridden anymore, or they've just sort of had their riding life and they come here to live out the rest of their days in sanctuary. We give them everything they need here at Raystede for a comfortable life. They get any veterinary treatment that they need. We provide enrichment for them, so we entertain them in the rest of their days, as well as just letting them eat the grass and have a happy life.
Is that nice? Oh. Is that nice?
This is Lilybet. She's 8 weeks old. She was born here at Raystede. She's a very confident little foal. We're trying to teach her all the right things, so picking up her feet, making sure that she eats the right things, training her from day one so that she's a nice, well-behaved young lady. So apart from Lily, obviously, this is Purdy, our tiniest pony here at Raystede. As you can see, she's got wonky legs. She's got what we call a club foot, so it twists out to the right. It doesn't bother her whatsoever. And now we're heading over to Seamus. He's the father figure of this little herd. He keeps everyone together. He's in his 30s, so he's quite an elderly pony and very well respected by the others. He has some breathing difficulty, so he has an actual horse inhaler that he has to use.
Even since Raystede's early days, we have always offered sanctuary to parrots and other exotic bird species which often struggle in captivity. We have the largest aviaries in the UK, which enable our birds to flock and fly together. Sarah, the head of aviaries, explains more.
Oh, all right. Oh. Would you like to see my new head attire? I'm going to Ascot. This is Edwina. She's a self-requested cockatoo. She came to Raystede in 1999 and she was in her 30s then, so you know she's probably, I mean we're guessing on her age, but she's probably in her late 40s, early 50s. So she's a mature lady. She eats really well. She's got a boyfriend in there that's got a real issue with me having her out here at the moment. Feather plucking is down to a number of reasons. It can be quite complex, the reasons. as our birds' natures are quite complex. In many cases, feather plucking is psychological. Stress can be a problem, a major problem, but it can be a very simple problem. For instance, if a bird's cage is moved from one side of a room to another, it can be an issue. Maybe that there's not enough light, they need a certain amount of daylight. It might be that they're bored. She was completely like this when she came in. She's been like it ever since. We'll never overcome the problem, basically. Yes, you won't. You won't. This is Charlie. She's a Congo African grey. She's been here a few years now. She came in because a young couple who had a baby and they were concerned about the feather dust, primarily. I did suggest building an aviary, but they were concerned about that because they were in a communal area. William was passed about a little bit. He used to live with this chap's uncle. He's pierced a few noses and bitten a few fingers in his time. But he is quite sociable. I mean, we do have quite a lot of fun with him, but I wouldn't be able to trust him 1 minute. And this is the problem. I mean, some of these birds have a bad experience with human beings and develop certain traits, which usually isn't down to them. It's not their fault. They don't instinctively want to bite everything. But this behaviour is encouraged, brought out in some way through their relationship with human beings.
Well, you can see what I'm doing.
He's not camera shy, are you? Alex is an Alexandrian Parakeet. See, when they do that, that's usually a sign of frustrated energy. You know, he really wants my attention and probably like to mate, wouldn't you? Anyway, he loves the aviary. He flies up and down. He's got some mates. There's 2 Darbian parakeets up there. They're all very close, these 3 birds. Boys hanging out together. There is argument that some birds, because they're imprinted, and he's clearly imprinted on humans, that they don't always fare very well in an aviary environment. He's adapted really well because we have to spend quite a lot of time in here anyway, cleaning and feeding, so he gets a lot of attention from humans as well. So this is really good for him. He's got bird interaction and human interaction as well. Generally, I think parrots don't make good house pets because they're not domesticated like your dogs and cats. So they still have a lot of natural instincts. And we don't really understand them that well, understanding their body language, their behaviour, what they're trying to tell you from a bird's perspective is still very difficult for a lot of people to understand. And often this can lead to biting, aggression. People label birds' behaviour, which isn't really fair because in the wild they wouldn't behave like that. They interact, they're gregarious, but in a home life they try to talk to you like you're part of their flock. And if you don't give them what they want or respond to what they're asking, then you're going to possibly get a peck. The noise from parrots can be a big factor in terms of, possibly looking for home or rehoming birds. A lot of people don't consider how noisy they can be, and it's perfectly natural behaviour. A bird starting calling at 4 o'clock in the morning in the summer would be perfectly natural in the wild. But at home, especially if you have neighbours, it can be really upsetting for people. Are you beautiful? Mommy wants to be your
Another resident species at Raystede is the tortoise. We don't rehome these long-lived reptiles as they will usually outlive their owners. The oldest tortoise on record is 240 years old, and some of ours are in their 70s. also have a number of terrapins on site. Notorious for being difficult to keep healthy in captivity, people can often underestimate how much care they need and end up abandoning them in lakes and rivers, where they are likely to damage the local wildlife population.
And I run the Sanctuary and Wildlife section here at Raystede. We have several types of geese that live up here. Most of them are wild geese, but there are a few domestic geese, such as the Ebden geese. But we also have Canada geese, grey-lag geese, and some bar-headed geese that live on the lake. So this is the actual lake area where all the geese and ducks live. They all live here voluntarily of their own free will because they know where their bread's buttered basically. They all come here for a good feed. We have wild mallards on the lake. We also have some moorhens and some coots nesting here.
Our sanctuary is a large lake and protected area which offers a safe haven for visiting waterfowl, as well as for our own chickens, turkeys, ducks and geese. Some of our birds have been loved pets and are now enjoying a life with their own kind, like Dexter the Duck here. Most of our hens were egg layers who had reached the end of their productive life and, unless they had found a home with us, would have been sent to slaughter. We occasionally rehome some of our rescued hens, so please ask. They make wonderful pets and will lay more eggs for years to come. While the hens are with us, we sell their eggs at the shop or in reception. As you can see, Raystede provides a retirement home for many animals in need. We couldn't do this valuable work without your help. We're free to visit, but please leave a donation when you come. You can also donate on our website or by phone. Thank you for helping us help the animals.
No. Don't you wreck it, man.